Despite President Obama's critical take on U.S. border policy that some are calling a warning to President Biden, Good Morning America excluded a portion of that.
Here with reaction, Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, he said it. Why did they cut it?
Because it's something we call the bias of omission. And it's the most insidious bias of all, because for most people, unless they're watching this network or a couple of other online outlets, don't know that President Obama said that of his former vice president's policy. And if I'm teaching a class on the bias of omission, this is Exhibit A, because here you have the former boss of the current president, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, respectively, saying open borders, the ones we are seeing under President Biden, the ones that will give us 2.3 million people this year alone crossing the border illegally, which is an incredible number. That's the same amount of people that live in the fourth largest city in this country, Houston. He's saying it's unsustainable. Well, yeah, it is. And such polite criticism is newsworthy. And if it aired in the interview on ABC, it would draw attention back to the crisis that is the catastrophe at the border. But ABC chose not to air it because it largely serves at the pleasure of this administration. We are light years away from Ted Koppel at this point, guys.
Let's talk about the southern border right now, because Ted Cruz issues a challenge to AOC. Take a listen.
Yeah.
Oh. My bad. It's something I'm going to read, so I'm going to go ahead and read it.
Could you read it like Ted Cruz?
How about that? It says, quote, "Let's see AOC cry in front of the Biden cages. Let's see Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki say there is no border crisis as we stand in front of the Biden cages." Now, I didn't read it in the voice of Ted Cruz, which you otherwise would have heard if it was a clip. It was not. But regardless, what is your reaction to that, Joe? Help me.
Amelia, if you could add a beard somehow here, like the Cruz beard, that would have been tremendous, but we know that's not possible. Yeah, a little bit. So look, the senator is right to call out this hypocrisy. AOC is media royalty, however, and she won't be called out on her photo op from years past in any serious way. The Congresswoman is the same person who compared border facilities under Trump to concentration camps, but suddenly can't seem to find a seat on a flight to South Texas now that a Democrat is in power. This is an unserious person with no inclination to solve real problems. And the fact that she has yet to pass any meaningful legislation since being elected proves that fact, guys.
But Joe, I want to take a step back and look at the broader picture with what's going on the negotiations currently in Washington. Why has the Democrat Party given these progressives, these AOCs, these squad members such clout in their party? This is not what the American people, majority American people, want.
This is why, you know, Twitter is not the real world and social media is not the real world. But for whatever reason, because AOC has something like 13 million Twitter followers, therefore that makes her powerful, because she could send out something and get 25,000 likes, and suddenly that gives moderates in the party a pause, like, oh my goodness, this is a real movement that we're seeing here. So I think that the passion is on the side, Todd, of progressives in the party, and they get a lot of airtime because they say much more provocative things that make for good sound bites. But in the end, they're not, to your point, living in the real world. When you say that, oh, spend $5.5 trillion and it costs $0, regardless of if a progressive saying that or Joe Biden saying that or Nancy Pelosi is saying that, how could anybody take this seriously? Again, we are governed by unserious people, children basically, who actually think they could sell that as a line. $0 equals $5.5 trillion, and that's why this thing is going to tank, because the messaging has been horrible to this point.
These are some serious topics. Before we let you go, I do want to highlight something pretty hysterical. Even though our producers explicitly stated that it was going to be a full screen and not a play of soundbite, literally both Jillian and I, without conferring with each other, both thought it was a soundbite. I think you would agree. You're more worried for Jillian that she shares a mind with me. I think that's concerning for everybody.
And remember, let's explain to people at home, because they may not know the terminology, the jargon. Full screen means we put up a picture and we put up the words of what somebody said and not what them actually talking. So 101, Fox and Friends producing. So there you go.
We're teaching. It's all about education here today on the program.
Thanks, Joe.
That's right.
Thanks, Joe.
And now I'm scared for myself.
You should be scared.